At the time of making this video, it's been a full 2 days since the announcement that Joe Biden is leaving the political race for 2025 and has thrown his full endorsement to the Vice President Kamala Harris. And honestly, I wish could say the MAGA were okay with it, but they are just going full on meltdown, trying to claim that this was wrong and everything else, even trying to claim that this was a conspiracy against Joe Biden, trying to come to Joe Biden's defense. Now, excuse me. Now, as much as I don't like the idea of Joe Biden pulling out, because I honestly believe he could possibly have beaten Donald Trump again, I have to look at it from an objective view. Joe Biden is too old, really too old. And after the debate, I think that sealed the deal. As much as I like Joe Biden, and I would have voted for him again in this election, we have to put in our heads that unfortunately, as our admiration for Joe Biden is high, I don't think he was going to beat Donald Trump. And even if he would, I really don't know how long he was going to be able to stay in office. I don't like saying that about people, and I really don't like saying that about Joe Biden. I really don't. Because quite honestly, the man has been in government for decades. He's given a lifetime of service to this country. He lost his son, who served in the war zone. He didn't die in the war zone, but he served, which is a lot more than I can say for Donald Trump and his family. But in all fairness, if we're looking at this objectively, Joe Biden probably shouldn't be in this race. It's unfortunate for me to say, but those are the facts. Now, Kamala Harris. Now, she's the presumptive nominee for the Democratic nomination for president. The convention is weeks away in August. She has my full support. I want to make this very clear to everyone out there. She has my support not because she's black, although there's a small factor in that decision. Not only because she's a Democrat, that's a small party line kind of consideration. Because, and I need everyone to hear me on this. Use your ears when you're hearing me. When you're looking at Kamala Harris and the Republican Party's nominee, Donald Trump, the choice is all too obvious. You got Kamala Harris. I don't know why I keep saying that. Maybe I'm thinking about a Marvel movie, Miss Marvel, maybe. Anyway, look at Vice President Harris. Prosecutor. Took down bad guys, put them in jail. Became a senator. Became the first female Afro-American vice president. Look at Donald Trump. Convicted felon. Found liable for sexual assault. I'll take the black woman over the criminal any day of the week. Which is why I'm giving this free advice to Kamala Harris's campaign when she's confirmed as the nominee for President of the United States, if it's her. You need to pound Donald Trump and the Republican Party on Project 2025 and Agenda 47. Excuse me. You need to pound on them like it's their worst nightmare, like Mike Tyson is pounding on a fighter in the next ring, like it was a heavyweight prize fight. You need to make sure that every voter out there knows that Donald Trump wants Project 2025 or Agenda 47 to happen, and we are the only ones that can stop it from happening by voting in the ballot box. We need to pound that, pound it, pound it, pound it. And everyone out there needs to read, reread, and reread Project 2025 and Agenda 47. Because both will be the end of the United States of America as we know it. It will be the end of our constitutional republic as we know it. Now, I'm not saying you have to fall in love with Vice President Harris. I'm not saying you have to worship at her feet. I'm not saying you have to kiss her feet or anything else like that, but you have to vote for her. Because that we will have a chance then to save our republic. Donald Trump, the Heritage Foundation, and the MAG have already made it absolutely abundantly clear what their intentions are if they win. To end civil rights in this country, to end rights for people of color and the LGBTQ, to end choices, reproductive rights for women, to end constitutional freedoms, the Constitution of the United States. They're trying, Agenda 47 and Project 2025 will set the Constitution ablaze. They will take a match to it, and they've already made it clear they have. And to make things worse, to make things 10 times worse, is that after Kamala Harris accepted the endorsement, not only from President Biden, but so many other senators and congressmen. Not to mention the fact that, and this is the funny part about this, not only mention the fact that the Nikki Haley super PACs has endorsed Vice President Harris. That is too funny. That is just way too funny. But the time for laughing is over. This is the truth. Now, I would love to see Vice President Harris become the first female Afro-American president of the United States. Because honestly, this country needs to grow the hell up. Stop acting like we're back in the 1920s or the 1950s, where people of my skin color couldn't even go to vote, where people of my skin color couldn't be senators and congressmen or presidents. It's time for us to grow up. And with Donald Trump, we'll be going backwards, way back. See, I keep telling everyone this. Everyone who tells me what has Joe Biden done for me as president, the number one thing he's done is that he doesn't have to make me look over my back for some rogue Democrat or rogue far leftist or some rogue Biden supporter who wants to kill me just because I didn't vote for someone they approve of. With Donald Trump and the MAGA, I had to watch my back every day for the last 8 years because of people wearing that stupid red hat. Just today, during a rally for Vice President Vance in his hometown of Milton, Ohio, a Ohio state senator said that if Donald Trump doesn't win, there's going to be a civil war. What sane person would say something like that? One candidate doesn't win. You're obviously going to kill people just because one person didn't win. Remember what happened on January 6th. That was a prelude to what they want to do. And take that threat very, very, very seriously, United States Senator. I mean, I forget his name, but you see his name on that photo. I mean, is this what these people are destroyed themselves to, have lowered themselves to? The MAGA I'm talking about. Donald Trump I'm talking about. Donald Trump goes off and says that this could be the last election if he doesn't win. We already know he wants it to be the last election if Donald Trump wins. Make no mistake about that. And make no mistake about why Donald Trump is running. He's not running because he wants to fix the country. He's not running because he wants to make America great or stronger or wealthier or whatever the crap else he said at the RNC. He is running for two reasons. One, his ego. Two, to stay out of prison. See, I don't have to worry about that with Vice President Harris. She wants to be the president of the United States. Who in the hell wins? But she's actually working for the people. Donald Trump is working for himself or anyone else who will pay the bills. And speaking of which, Donald Trump went on Twitter and he's angry about how Joe Biden, I mean, the joke of it is, the sheer joke of it is that this shows me how afraid the MAGA really is. Donald Trump goes off on Twitter and saying, I want a refund for all the money we put into taking down Biden. Are you kidding me? All this time you tried to bury Biden, his family, his son, and now you're pissed off because he walked away? The way I see it is this. The only thing that really should scare you, Biden, is the fact that if you get beaten by a black woman, you're already a laughingstock. You may have gotten some points when you got shot. Well, a bullet whizzed past your head, and you stood up saying, "Fight, fight, fight," making yourself into a target if there was a second gunman out there, like an asshole like you are. Now, I'm getting sick and tired about that real quick. I'm getting sick and tired of people saying that was brave. He was incredibly brave. Trump was brave. He stood up screaming, "Fight, fight, fight." That wasn't bravery. That wasn't even crazy brave. That was egotism. That was stupidity in the worst possible way. That kind of egotism should not be anywhere near the White House, not even to take a guided tour around the White House. He shouldn't be anywhere near the corridors of power. He wants to scream. You people want to scream. You people in the MAGA want to scream, he's brave. No, he's not. Because if he were a brave man, he would drop out of the race right now. Accept defeat and move on. He didn't. And here we are. One election away, one president away from Donald Trump destroying this country because of his egotism. That is why I'm voting for Kamala Harris for president if she is the nominee. I vote blue no matter who. But I would love to see Kamala Harris be for the first time a presidential candidate is Afro-American and a woman. And speaking of which, real quick, I want to talk to my African-American brothers and sisters out there who are pointing out some sort of idiotic fact that she's not African-American, that she wasn't born Afro-American or any other crap that the right wing wants to push us, that people like you eat up. Stop it. They tried that crap with Obama. The birtherism that Donald Trump himself started. Stop it. This is bigger than skin color at this point. Now, as I said earlier, I would love to see history being made. The first African-American woman to be elected president. And you already know the MAGA is going to throw everything in the book against her. how they've already begun. Don't help them. Now, I understand that you may not like the fact that someone is pandering to you to vote for her because she's black. I get that. But look, as I said earlier, look at the alternative. You got people out there in the MAGA screaming for civil war if he isn't elected president. You got people out there screaming for blood if Donald Trump isn't reelected. Is that the kind of country you want? Because if that's the country you want, you're going to be looking over your shoulders every day of your lives if Donald Trump is back in office. And I'm not just talking about the fringe people either, the lunatics who array the 3%ers or the 1%ers, whatever the hell they call themselves, the oath keepers, the Proud Boys. I'm talking about everyday people, your next door neighbor who may be a Donald Trump supporter, the police officer who may stop you just for being black and nearby. This is bigger than skin color when it comes to this particular race. This is about saving our lives. And Donald Trump has already made it clear. The MAGA have made already clear. The head of the Heritage Foundation, one of the authors of Project 2025, had made it clear that if Trump loses, or there'll be war. If Trump wins, there's going to be a war. If we even raise a voice to him, if we even ask the question why he did what he did, we're going to war. His supporters are going to say that. You question Trump, how dare you? You're dead. How dare you question Lord Trump? And that's going to happen. So as much as I want to see history being made, this is bigger than history. This is bigger than one person being elected. If Donald Trump wins this election, this country will die. If Kamala Harris is elected, we have a chance to fix the problems in this country, the problems that the MAGA have neglected. And yes, they have neglected. I can give you a full list right now, but I'm already in the 17th minute of this video. Vote for Harris. Vote blue to save our country. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.